Hello, my name is Shelly, and welcome back for another episode of EU4 as Jerusalem. In previous episode we had a lot of fighting in Hungary and in the Balkans in general against the Protestant League. We're slowly gaining ground. I mean, at least the war score is starting to look a lot better. We don't know how much exactly is from the combats, but I'm expecting that a decent chunk of it is. The enemy side has still lost a bit less troops than our side has, but we are definitely gaining the ground now in a lot of areas, so I think we're mostly okay in that regard. We're going to have a bit more rebellions that we need to deal with, but luckily our Marines are going to be doing that quite easily. It looks like Kosovo is going to be sieged down already, and I think that is going to get handed to us. That's good. There's a lot of these Hungarian troops over here as well, so we might need to figure out where exactly we can engage the enemy. Oh, they're sieging down Vienna already. Oh dear. That is bad. But at the same time, we did destroy a 50,000 men Venetian army, so I don't think it's necessarily too bad that we focus over here. Because now there's going to be a lot less room for them to maneuver around here anyway. There we go, Drazzo is another victory. Manpower is very limited right now. At least we still have it. I've still got the Venetian Carrack over there as well, which is quite a nice trophy. Okay, we've got quite a few smaller armies attached to us in here. That is about 50,000 men over there. They've got quite a bit on the northern areas. If we start moving a little bit further north, they might turn around. Ooh, another successful conversion. If I combine troops with the Hungarian troops over here, as well as the British troops and all that, we might be able to besiege some of the areas and get a few more victories on the ground. Venice is no longer a great power. Okay. I'm gonna... Ooh, actually, well, let's get in here first. We'll see where we can go with this. We've got a lot of troops in there. Admittedly, we've got a decent army in here total. And now looks like the enemies are moving away, so if we move there... They're trying to get some smaller army there, but they're splitting their troops, which means that our side can actually gather up and beat down the... Well, okay, it's not going to be a lot of troops there, actually. But there we go, we got another core... Actually, was that core or conversion? I think it was a conversion done. There we go, well, that's a small stack wide at least. They might go to... Oh, there we go. Also has been sieged down. Let's go ahead and start figuring out what we can do over here. Are they? They're moving to Spalato, which is kind of what I'm hoping for. Because that is, well, it's grassland fort, so it's not really that easy to siege down. There's some woods over there. I'm going to go ahead and fight off this one. That will call off their siege. Plus, we've got the numbers advantage in this battle anyway. This should be fairly easy combat. We got a fairly good general. Well, at least we had a good general there. There we go. Ooh. Aachen has been pieced out of the war. There we go. That's another enemy out of the war, and that was another small victory. Oh, we gained 10 ducats from that peace deal. Right, I think with the combined armies we can take on the troops in Spalato as well. Yeah, we got over 40,000, 50,000 men troops in here on the defense now. So I don't think they're going to be... Oh, and 70,000. Yeah, there we go. That's a good victory there. 3.4 war score. So we might actually be soon getting... Yeah, there we go. They don't have the team war score anymore. And, well, we don't have the war score quite yet enough to get the team war score on our side. At least we are starting to approach that point. Let's go ahead and send in... Does somebody have any C6? It does have one. I'm going to send you to Vienna to de-siege that one. And then these two can stay a bit behind here, recuperate a little bit of their manpower and all that. There's still a little bit de-sieging over there that could be done. Let's see, which one... Oh! Ah, Serbia's been pieced out, and... Oh, wow, we gained a lot of land from there, actually. Alright, then. Gain a bit of money from it as well, but let's go ahead and start coring everything, then. Well, there's the overextension again. It does give us a decent bit of land. Now we've got a land border with Hungary as well. Ooh, can we... Right, we're going to get a bit more mercantilism in the meanwhile. Oh, it's what, 23? 24 now, okay. So it's slowly improving. Another Serbia is no longer in the war. That's another possibly 5,000 men that are no longer on the enemy side. And we've gotten some crucial victories. Ooh, Venice is low enthusiasm as well. Oh, we might get some land from here. If the Venetians get out of the war, then we can start coring the remaining provinces. Like, Corfu is already 100%. So it's going to be like one day and it's going to be completed as soon as they can start doing it. I'm going to send the slightly larger army to de-siege some of the Hungarian provinces there. And actually, we could possibly send our main fleet over here towards Venice. Blockade a lot of that. Independent Cossack host available. Alright then. As a mercenary. We don't really use a lot of mercenaries, to be fair. Although right now, with the manpower deficit that we have, they might have to. That being said, how close are we getting the... Okay, we still need a decent bit more land to or for the printing press to spread to, before we can get everything. I suppose Jerusalem and Sidon are already getting it. And once Jerusalem gets it, we're going to no longer have to pay the 10 ducats to Jerusalem per month. So that's actually going to be quite nice. So how is the siege in Vienna right now? It's okay, I suppose. Ooh, Thessaly got a cardinal. So where do we have cardinals right now? So we got one in Thessalonic. Oh, right, so these three have now. Then Constantinople, Rhodes, Cyprus, and Tunis, I believe. So no... Oh, hold on a minute. There's a bit of a fleet there. Well, it's not a large fleet, admittedly. Oh, okay, Naples pieced out. They lost a lot of land to Venice. Now, admittedly, Venice is probably going to be losing a lot of ships in this war. They've already lost a lot, I reckon. But it's not going to end there. So they might have some problems keeping the revolts down. Oh, there we go. So Ruhan, there is still separatists in there, so there's probably going to be a revolt there sooner or later. There we go. Desiege Zemplin. Go ahead and regroup the armies in here. So we are going to not send any more troops into... Oh, Venice is now a great power again. For how long, though? I mean, what are we? We're number 5 still. As soon as we get the institution embraced, we will be number 4. But not really that far. Like, if we take a 1 loan, that will already allow us to embrace the institution. How far are we from getting the techs? I mean, technically speaking, we could get those already. Oh, that would allow the trade station. Tempting. At the same time, once we get Jerusalem and... Well, I suppose Jaffa is already done. But Sidon is going to be another... So there's going to be another 100 ducats soon enough. Reduced in the price, so it's not too bad. So it's minus 10 on the war score. Oh, they got the hitting war score again. Alright then. Well, I haven't been doing the fighting recently, so that might be part of the reason. Depletion of the European beaver. Fur price goes up. As soon as Vienna is desieged, I have a feeling that things are going to turn around quite nicely again. And there we go, another victory. We've managed to get the taking war score away from them. Their troop numbers are lower in pretty much every category. Nuremberg is one of our enemies, yeah, so that will probably be pieced out soon enough. How are the Venetians doing? They are low enthusiasm, Nuremberg is also low, Salzburg is medium. I didn't realize that Salzburg was also an enemy. Yeah, there we go. I suppose so we might want to go into Poland if possible. Although, if we can piece out... Oh, there we go, desiege Vienna. I suppose there was a lot of Polish troops in here. Warsaw is their capital. It's only fort level 1, though. My goodness. Is there any forts in here? Not... Well, there's one over here. I guess we could go and help with that one. I'm going to start helping in the fight against the Polish here. The sooner we can... Oh, knowledge sharing ends. There we go. We shall gain a lot more money, which means that we'll be able to embrace the institution a lot cheaper. Or a lot sooner, rather. That's going to be a matter of months. Before fall, we'll have that. And the Dutch are now sieging down there. At least with our cannons, there's some progress happening. Admittedly, not a lot. These true armies I'm just going to keep behind to regain some manpower, quite frankly. So, Naples, could I maybe offer you a vassalization? No, not really. Apparently they got a core somewhere that I own. Where do they have cores then? Oh wait, no, Naples. Oh, Malta. Well, I suppose that makes sense. Well, it might be time to let go of Naples then. Maybe we can help Papal States to clear out some Naples areas. That could work. I mean, who do they have as allies anyway? Savoy and me. Okay, yeah, no, I think we're just going to dissolve that alliance. We're going to maybe get someone else. Or maybe start thinking about getting some vassals going. Workshop is high. We might want to reduce that a little bit. We don't have to pay too much to reduce it either. That's good. That's now held by Austria. Go ahead and assist with the battle over here in Krakow. We'll be able to get there in time. Not looking good for the defenders right now, but now the reinforcements are arriving in large quantities. Oh, rigorous researchers. Oh, very nice. Get some monarch points there. And Bohemia is out of the war. Did they get annexed? No, they got pillaged. Got all claims in Hungary. Let's give Austria 10%. Okay, so war reparations and a bit of ducats. I mean, fair enough. That's another enemy out of the war, at least. And there we go. That is a... Well, we did take a decent bit of casualties at the start of the fight there, but I think they did lose still total more than what we did. Oh, I didn't realize you decided to retreat there, in which case... We'll just go ahead and stack wipe that Brandenburg army. There we go. Get one army close to Warsaw. So this way, the Polish are already medium enthusiasm. We do not have the war score from the battles all that well. It's -8 still. Yeah, the casualties on this war are pretty high. We might actually get the 1 million on either side. We can embrace the institution. Stability cost modifier goes down, which isn't necessarily that massive. But now we can get a lot of these techs for a lot cheaper. So we'll get both of those. And I suspect that might actually be a good time to upgrade the cavalry. There's no enemy armies quite that close, and the cavalry is a relatively small portion of the troops anyway. But there we go. That is a good thing to have. Krakow has been seized down. Is that? Yeah, that goes to Austria. So what does it look like over here right now? So we still don't have ticking war score. Battles is still -8. But the enemy troops are now diminishing more and more. Like, oh, we've managed to get the upper... Oh, Paris has been seized down. So how is Venice looking like right now? It's probably... Nuremberg is low, Venice is low enthusiasm. They probably don't want to give up anything yet, but they are getting beaten back quite heavily. They've got the fleets mostly beaten. There we go, that's another province for Austria. Ooh, Hesse is out of the war, so that's another attacker. That's just payments. And Nuremberg, we'll cede Nuremberg to Würzburg. And pay money. I'll get another 12 ducats from there. Oh yeah, Würzburg is quite sizable in here, actually. I'm not surprised. But good on them. I wonder if the Dutch are going to get any land from this war, especially from the French. I suspect they might want this. I could go ahead and help with the siege of Warsaw, but I don't think we actually need to right now. I think they've got it under control. We can't really give any bonus with the artillery in there anyway. Let's give the control of that to Austria. So how is our war participation right now? We have a good 12%. It's a bit less than what the Austrians have done, but they were fighting only this war. I was fighting another war at the same time, especially early on. I'm going to go ahead and seize down some of these eastern areas here. Oh, they got 18,000 men down that way. There we go, that's another 10,000. Oh, and the Russians came in here. Yeah, there we go. Salzburg out of... No, Salzburg is not out of the war, actually. I really hope that the Venetians will be kicked out of the war soon. And I don't think the Polish are going to be in a good shape either. They are already low enthusiasm. We do kind of hope, though, that Venice will be peaced out first. There might actually be time for me to start moving my troops to seize down the rest of Venice. I mean, the Austrians are already in there, to be fair. There's a decent bit of sieging to be done. I still got that 12,000... Oh, that's a mercenary company then, right there. Low morale as well, and there's some Dutch heading in that way. Among other things, so yeah, that mercenary company is probably going to get a stack wipe. Yep, it did. There we go. We don't have the ticking war score from battles yet, but we are definitely getting more and more ground. Berg is probably going to be pieced out soon. And Venice and Salzburg once that gets seized down. Speaking of which, I suppose what I could do is I could set the 10,000 man army over here. Controlled by Taz, or led by Taz to help with the siege of Salzburg. And now we could also get the... So ship trade power could be quite nice, but we'll get the blockade impact or siege at +1. If we need to seize down coastal forts now, we can get a +3. Oh, and we need a new ruler. Now, to be fair, a merchant's son could be handy, but clergy doesn't like me all that much right now, so talented theologian could be quite handy as well, just to keep them happy. Or if we take a papal protege, that's also going to improve relations with clergy, so that's... Yeah, we'll go with that one, actually. 454 is not bad. Just going to get over here to Padua. Ooh, there we go, Brunswick is out of the war. Yeah, they had to cede a lot of... Oh, wow. Kallenberg got a lot larger there, suddenly. There's a lot of sieging that needs to happen, but right now we're in a pretty good situation, I'd say. Oh, foreign spy detection, that's quite nice. Monthly autonomy chains, ooh, that's also quite nice. And actually, we're still behind in admin. I mean, we had to do a lot of coring, so that kind of makes sense. So Venice, would you like to take a peace deal at some point? I can't unfortunately offer that myself. So that'll be have to be up to... Oh, right, that's occupied by Austria already. Oh, there we go. Go ahead and siege down Ferrara. Oh, and there we go. We capture another 2 ships. First bit silly has ended. If only I could take the leadership of the siege from them, that'd be very nice. But I don't think they'll be willing to give that. Because I could do the naval barrage for free. Ooh, right. Opinion with... or relations with Tunis is improved. Good, I suppose. There we go, Caesar Ferrara. Gonna keep on seizing more of the coastline here, I suppose. And sinking more of the Venetian fleet. Might be a little bit over our force limit, actually, in Navy. By about 30 ships. Yeah, I think we may have... yeah, we capture a lot of these transports in here, which I don't think we actually need. Gonna disband those. Plus, we've got a lot of heavy ships, and these trade ships we'll probably send down back to home. Figure out some work to do with them, and this one's the fleet that we capture in here. So all of these can be sent to various ports. Oh, there's a bit of sieging down there against the Russians. It looks like Venice is mostly seized down by now, so I don't think they are going to be staying in the war much longer. At least I hope so. And we capture another lightship. Well, well, well. Let's go ahead and give this to Austria as a area that they can control. I could help them with the siege in Urbino, but I don't think I really need to. Unless I want to go all the way down to Naples and all that, I suppose I could start sieging down there. Oh, we're starting to get a little bit of the war score from the battles now in our favour. We might get the ticking war score soon. Still can't start coring Crete, though. Ooh, Austria's got a colonel now, finally. Well, I suppose good on them. Oh, and actually, well, we'll help them siege down this one first. Although, if I was in control of that siege, it would be already +3 just from the blockade and another +2 from the walls breached. So it would be probably over by now. But they didn't want to give me the control. Oh, Mainz is doing a bit of fighting in here. I think they're going to win that without my intervention. The Austrians are getting a few extra ships, probably from this battle. In the Adriatic Sea. Right, Venice. You've got 4.1 war exhaustion. You're losing a lot of money from being looted and all that. And Salzburg is also going to be seized down soon. I suppose since that battle is already over, we can move our fleet over here. There we go. Picture at Salzburg. This army is still pretty low on strength, though. Oh, and there's a bit of the Polish troops arriving in there. I think I'm going to send one of these armies back home. So we can fight off some more rebellions soon enough. Ooh, there we go. Another 3 ships sank from the Venetians. Excellent. That's actually the entire fleet that they had in here. They might still have ships somewhere else, but probably not too many. There's still the French troops that are a bit of a problem, but like right now, they've got a bit more than 200,000 men total. And our side has a lot more than that. We've got more than 400,000. So we've got about twice their numbers total. Of course, we've pieced out a lot of their allies already. Mostly smaller allies, but some kind of like a medium-ish. Some of the German nations, at least. Plus Serbia was, well, that was a 5,000 gold slice out of the war. Alright, there we go. I guess we're going to send this one back home as well. I think our troops have done enough. We need to recuperate some of the manpower. And I guess we're going to lose a little bit of government reform progress. I'd rather not lose the stability right now, since we've still got a decent bit of overextension already, not aggressive expansion. So a lot of work to do in that front. Go to Salerno, I suppose. In the meanwhile, ooh, we capture another ship. Yeah, we've got so many ships in this war. Now, admittedly, once we start building more shipyards, it should be fine. Although, before we start doing that, we might want to start building a bit more manufactories, quite frankly. Speaking of which, we can actually get the cost reduction there, so there we go. That's going to be probably a decent reduction in the... Well, it should be a decent reduction. Oh, there we go. Lüneburg is pieced out. They'll cede Lüneburg to Verden, give income to Austria, and a bit of cash to various nations. Well, they still have at least something. Right, well... I suppose... Oh, there's 24,000 men over there, with a fairly good general as well. Okay, that's a bit concerning. Maybe I should send one of these armies back north. We can maybe break the siege in Mantua. Although, there's the Hungarians already nearby. Oh, there we go. Venice is beat out, finally. And we immediately got core down in Corfu, I think. But yeah, there's a lot of casualties. The Venetians did lose 160,000 men. Peru and Treviso to Austria. Kosovo, Raska, Valona, Croia, and Durazzo to Jerusalem. Give up course in Urbino to Papal States. Oh, yes, please. Course Salento, Abruzia, Calabria to Naples. Lost a little bit of the territories again. And all treaties with Tuscany are ended. No money, but that's fine. I mean, we've got a lot of provinces in there, so I'm totally fine with that piece. And finally, we're going to start coring the rest of this. We got a bit of a higher ore extension again. I'm sure that that will get sorted out. So now we can start converting Corfu already. In which case, we might need to send this... I'm just going to go ahead and send my troops all the way home now. I think we've done enough. I'm going to send this one all the way to Syria. But yeah, we've got a fairly good chunk of land in here. And we got the gold mine. Oh, yes, please. It doesn't necessarily produce us a lot yet. But we do gain some money from the gold. How much do we actually... Okay, it's tiny, but I suppose that might be because of the higher autonomy and all that. Austria has now great power. Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily surprise me, to be fair. But we are... Oh, we're number 2 in the great powers list. Now, but that's mostly because Russia hasn't embraced the institution yet. Spain is number 1, but they've got a lot of large colonies, so that gives them quite a hand in there. Wouldn't you have a fleet equal or larger to 500? And we need to have the highest heavy ship count. We've got 14. Apparently no one else has 14 heavy ships. So technically speaking, we could become the naval hegemon. And the economical one is... Well, we're not quite there yet with that one. Could be fun, but I think the naval one works the best with all the bonus that we already accumulated for us. So I'm not too worried about that one. I think we're actually going to send this one all the way to Jerusalem. It's a bit of a long trip. We could probably use transports for that, to be fair. You know what, yeah, let's get you to Thessalonica. We can send in the transport fleet from here. Do a bit of assistance there. So now we're still 13,000 manpower in the hole. Mecklenburg has been pieced out. Well, good on them. They had to give us some money. Okay, we got another 4 ducats out of it. Not a lot, mind you, but it's better than nothing. And now there's still Denmark is low enthusiasm, Hamburg is low enthusiasm, Brandenburg, Berg, and Poland. How's the war exhaustion? 3.5. Don't know if I'm still gaining war exhaustion. Not really. We're not reducing it either, to be fair, but it's not going up at least much. Where are these? Oh, Mantonese and Teke, so that would be down here. There's a potential revolution. Now, first of all, well, I guess this army could be taking on some of the rebel suppression duties, at least up to there. Maybe a little bit of the islands, and then, of course, all the Serbian areas, all the Balkan provinces in general in here, I suppose. So you'll be in charge of keeping the rebellions down there. Then we've got the other army over here going to Syria, which will be keeping some of these areas clear. We won't be doing the war against Mamluks anytime soon, I reckon. We need to recover a little. And that is going to take some time. Well, let's go ahead and transport the troops over. Oh, and where's the big fleet? It's down here. We could probably go ahead and separate the light ships again. Send over there, and then this fleet is there. Well, I suppose we could go and start seizing or blockading some of the French areas here. Now that I think of it. I mean, we've got ports over there, so it's not too far off. Let's double check who are... Yeah, French are basically the only one that we can go and blockade. So let's head down to here. If we blockade the port for Narbonne, is already going to be helping with the siege quite drastically there. Harsh life of the ocean. We lost 10,000 sailors. I mean, that is harsh. How many truces do we have? We've got a lot of truces, admittedly. We've got the truce with Tunis for another 7 years. If we can do our war against the Mamluks before that expires, that might make sure that we don't... we can afford losing a bit of devotion. Corfu is converted. Excellent. Are we coring everything now? As a matter of fact, yes. Yes, we are. I'm going to make this into a state, I think. And of course, there's a bit of points, so we might be a bit behind in admin tech for a while. So much so that I'm actually going to put the focus on admin points right now. I mean, we've got a good advisor there, but we might want to get a bit more throughput in there. Exiles in Portugal. Eyes and ears in Portugal report that a king has taken in many of our crewmaster political enemies who had previously been exiled from Jerusalemite court or chose to seek opportunities elsewhere. They're now pushing for strong action against the current Jerusalemite regime, and are providing active assistance to the Portuguese king towards the achievement of that aim. Alright then. We do have a border with them, so we might have a war at some point against them. I mean, our goals are still to take, if we have a look at the region, so basically all of Balkans, Anatolia, Caucasia, Persia, Mashriq, Arabia, Egypt, Horn of Africa, and Maghreb. And then some of the Mediterranean islands. Not necessarily all of it, but some of them maybe still. But especially the Maghreb is going to mean a lot of fighting against the Portuguese. We shall see how it goes. Still 9,000... Oh, Colonial Peru. Well, good on you, I suppose. Portugal, alright then. Oh, this Martian is going to be pieced out. Oh, and we got the ticking wars on our side now. Excellent. I mean, the enemy armies are quite reduced in size, so I don't need to worry about the war anymore at this point. I did my part in helping against the, well, a bit against the Polish, liberating Hungary and seizing down basically all Balkans. Disloyal printers, that's +2 unrest for 10 years. Or lose a bit of invasiveness. You know what, I'm going to take the unrest. I think we can still manage it. It's going to be a bit unfortunate, but once we start getting rid of some of the overextension very shortly, that's not going to be quite as much of a problem. And we don't need to worry about Diplotech culture right now for 10 years, because we are ahead of time for a decent bit of time here. Oh, Lübeck's been pieced out. Okay, so the casualties on the war haven't quite... Well, I suppose now that a lot of the nations are being pieced out, the total casualties, especially on the enemy side, are being reduced quite drastically. So this army can probably take on some of the rebel suppression duties in here. I guess this army could take on the remaining areas down here. Hopefully there's not too much unrest down this area. Not really, by the looks of it, actually. And we could potentially make some more states. I suppose Tripolitania wouldn't be too bad, but I suppose Transjordan might be better for us. It's at least closer to our capital. So it kind of makes sense to turn that area into a state. And we actually... Oh, right, we don't even need to core anything in there. And then over here, I suppose Syrian Desert might not be quite as easy. But I guess we could turn that into a state. And then there's, well, a little bit more points. So how is the... governing capacity is almost full again. Whoops. I mean, to be fair for that, we can start building courthouses to reduce the point quite a bit. Like, Athens could definitely use one. To reduce the... Oh, we could have a lot larger army again. Technically speaking, the Marine army could be maybe increased in size a bit, but I don't know how much we want to do that. Call for peace. Oh, there we go. Baroque is peaced out. They will see a province to Trier, which is starting to get a little bit larger as well. And yeah, Poland's being seized down quite well already. There's still a bit of troops fighting. The French are being seized down, which they probably still have some troops, but total the enemy troops are below 120,000. But they got some troops in Russia at least. So I'm not really in danger here at this point. I kind of do want to get out of the war though. Poland and France have allied now. I mean, well, I suppose they've been fighting alongside for a while here. That's not really a surprise. How bad is our overextension? Well, Mamluks could definitely join the start forming a coalition, but there's not a lot of others. Oh, Hamburg's pieced out, and we're getting a few more cores. Hamburg, alright, they're giving out money. Lithuania wants to go through my lands against Denmark, Norway, and Finland. Oh, is Sweden independent? Sweden is independent. Oh, they're fighting their independence war, I think. Yeah, it is the second Swedish war for independence. Right, how's the religious map mode looking like? We've got a lot of Catholics. There's still decent but Sunnis and Orthodox around our region, but it's not too bad. There's a lot of Reformed in Germany, and then a lot of Protestants in Poland and all that, and I suppose the Nordics as well. Anglicans and Reformed in Britain, and there seems to be a bit of... oh, right, no, that's Catholic. It's just been occupied by others. Fair enough, I suppose. We are losing quite a bit of money right now, but it's partially because we're reinforcing a lot of troops. At least trying to. It might take quite a while before we get all of this reinforced. And we've still got quite a few of these potential revolutions happening. Although, now with the reduction in overextension... Oh, there we go. Brandenburg's been pieced out. Middlemark will be pillaged by Austria. Brandenburg will be... Okay, they're giving money. They will release Teutonic Order Stettin Rupin as sovereign states. Ah, right, the student quarter is over here again. We're probably getting a lot more call for peace now. It's actually not too bad yet. Could be a lot worse. We've got a total of 7 cardinals now, so how much are we getting papal influence per year? 15! That's not even our final form, I reckon. But that is a pretty good amount. So I suspect that we may have won the League War. Just a matter of time, really. I mean, Poland basically seized down. Still got a little bit air. Oh, dear, we lost a general. I suppose what we could do, get a new general for the army here. 4320. Not really good in the siege pips, I suppose, but other than that, it's fairly decent. There we go, we got another core done. And I'm guessing the overextension is 52% still, so it's a bit of unrest, but it's not too bad, actually. We're slowly, very slowly, mind you, but we are slowly fixing this issue. Although the call for peace is starting to be larger and larger now that there's not much rest left for the enemy. France will probably be pieced out soon, unless they are pieced out in the main peace deal, which one or the other is probably going to happen soon. Either Poland or France is pieced out. Technically speaking, Denmark might also be pieced out soon. Wait, is Lübeck? No, it's not Lübeck. Oh, it's Austrian siege down. Right, okay, that makes sense. This Martian is pieced out. They're getting some money. We're getting 4 targets from that. So we're still losing cash, but at least the manpower is starting to pile up very well. Okay, there's a revolution in Kosovo. I mean, the troops are heading in there already. We're spiking command, so it should be fair. Well, yeah, it will be a victory. I'm pretty sure about that. We got the numbers advantage. We've got fairly good troops, and we will get there before they siege it down even, so we don't get the nationalism penalty there. Although, they do have the river crossing and the terrain penalty all benefit on their side. Or we got the penalties for that, rather. But we've got a much more balanced troop composition in here, and they've already lost the front line, so that was a pretty easy victory. But it did cost quite a bit of manpower, though, so that's going to delay expansion paths even further. Okay, Poland's 99% war score, so I think we may have won that war here. And I'm hoping that the coring is going to be done soon as well for most of these things. I'm sure that it probably will be. Alright, so Tripolitania is another area that we could make interstate, but right now it's probably best to not increase the stuff too much. As soon as that sees down, Poland is 100%. If they don't give up now, I'm surprised. Oh, there we go. We won the League War. Okay. Our side lost over 1 million men. They lost 914,000. Let's see. France will cede Caen to Great Britain. Poland will sell 4 provinces to Austria. Denmark will release Holstein and Saxe-Lauenburg as sovereign states. These countries will be guaranteed by Austria for the duration of the peace. Poland will release Opole, Moravia, Lusatia, and Kloko as sovereign states. These countries will be guaranteed by Austria. France will release Hainaut as sovereign state. Catholic becomes the official fate of the Holy Roman Empire. Poland will pay 54 ducats. I get 6 ducats of that. As a defender, right, there's a bit of aggressive expansion. Aggressive expansion of Britain. Prestige will be divided. We get 15 prestige out of that. Alright then. We're getting 40 favours. Well, I'm not surprised by that. Go ahead and increase our mercantilism in the meanwhile. So there we go. The unrest is going to start going down. We've still got a lot of these ships actually in here. I guess we could combine these ships. How are we over the force limit? We are still a bit over the force limit. So technically speaking, we could maybe take these 3 transports. At least remove those. And then I guess these 3... we would either hunt private or pirates, although I don't know if there are any pirates actually. Not really. Alright then. I could always send more ships to Alexandria, to be fair. But we do need to upgrade some of these fleets at some point, but we're not going to do that quite yet. But there we go. Catholics are taking the control in the HRE, or staying in the control, and now there's 2 new electors available. But with that, we are unfortunately out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.